Hey, you guys, Coach Rick here with another installment of Coach's Corner. Are you giving your gift? I don't think I asked that question last time I did this, and I couldn't tell you when that was because it's been a while. We are in the middle of summer or nearing the end of summer, maybe. Um, if you have children, you know that that just means life gets busier. And I'm not making excuses here. That's not the whole thing. Um, it's been a little struggle. It's been a little struggle to come back to the corner um, for all sorts of reasons. Do any of them matter? No, not really. Um, the most important thing is this, that I love you. If you're listening to this, that's the truth. That's why I do what I do. And Coach's Corner is not what I do. Um, it's one of the things I do. You know, I'm an actor. I'm an acting coach. I'm also a business coach and a life coach. And uh, it's Wednesday night. I am coming off of my Wednesday night Zoom class, and it was a spectacular class, which is kind of par for the course. And not kind of, it is. I mean, it's just where the Actors Dojo is these days. Every class is extraordinary. And I put an invitation out to my other classes and said, hey, free class tonight if you want to join, because we had several people out of the regular Zoom class tonight. So I wanted some support for those participating. And one student popped on who already goes to my other two classes, interestingly enough. Beautiful, beautiful. To witness people doing what they do, or to put it in terms of what I talk about, to witness people giving their gift. And ultimately, that's what this corner is going to be about. Um, I try to start every installment, every episode, if you will, because this isn't an episode, right? This is a mid-segment installment inside of and around the real episode. Uh, and Aaron has been kind to say, you know, it's always so awesome to hear these when I send them to him, and how they fit what's going on and how they even fit certain segments. But I just lost my train of thought. Sorry. Um, wow, I might even have to stop recording at this point. My apologies. But so I like to start. There we go. I like to start with giving your gift, right? And that's basically the foundation of the work that I do. And something that's come up somewhat recently inside of classes with students, and something that occurred to me that happens inside of working with inside of the personal development world and working with clients, is resisting your gift. Are you resisting your gift? Are you resisting giving your gift? This is a very real thing, guys, ladies, gentlemen, because your gift is powerful. Your passion is powerful. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. That's the beginning of that Marianne Williamson quote that a lot of people attribute to Nelson Mandela, because Nelson Mandela used it in his inaugural speech, but it comes from Marianne Williamson's book, A Return to Love. I don't care if you know who Marianne Williamson is, and if you do, I don't care what you think of her. That's an amazing quote. And that's just a part of it. I've used it before in another coach's corner. I'm not going to use the whole thing now because just that first part really kind of says it all. We fear our greatness. We fear that glory of God that is within us, that we are here to share with the planet. Oh my gosh, how could you say that? Wait, who am I? Who are you not to be? Which she actually says later on. Who are you not to be? You are a child of God, made to. Anyway, I'm just going to keep going into that quote. And I don't want to be preaching about God per se, because I know a lot of people are automatically like probably even stopped listening since I just said the word God. You know what? Shut up. Get over it. Get over yourself. Stop being offended. You have a greatness inside of you, the same greatness that any other great person that has walked this planet before you has in them. The only difference between that great person is you and you is they weren't stopped by a conversation that takes place in between their ears. It's all from the neck up, because it most certainly is not connected to your heart. Because if your heart was not only connected, but actually leading, then that conversation in your head wouldn't win out and you wouldn't quit. That's what I'm talking about when I say resisting your gift. It's those moments that you quit. It's those moments that you give in. It's those moments that you think you're less than. You are just as great as any other, because we are all great. We are all geniuses. I tell my students all the time, you have a supercomputer between your ears. Think about it. On some level, you can get that without really delving deep into it or even researching it. But the reality is that every single human being has a supercomputer between their ears. So why in the frick can there be people in this world that don't know how to read? Well, that's a failure of the system. That's not a failure of the computer. That's a failure of the people teaching that young mind and telling them that they're less than, as opposed to telling them that they are absolutely miraculous. Shame on you, by the way, if you're one of those teachers. You're a piece of shit. I have a student that was concerned with appearing slow or dim. And it was so beautiful because my other coach in a class told her how fast she was just a week later. How quick. And I had to stop and point it out. And I said, remember what you asked to talk to me about? Such a beautiful moment. And I'm sorry if that doesn't make sense to you, but what we got to was the power that teachers can have in the development of the student. Students are looking to teachers as authorities. I don't coach from the negative ever. I'm here to build you up. I'm here to have you realize your greatness. That's what I do. not doing it to make money. I charge $35 a class. That's a 3-hour class. It's not a lot of money. It's worth a lot more. I know it is. I do it because I'm building a community. I do it because I want a community that's strong enough to sustain an industry where I can work year round. And that's what I'm doing in Spokane. That's what I'm doing in the Pacific Northwest. That's how I can contribute to that. I started showing up every week for myself. Yes, of course, it's in service of others, and that's the ultimate thing I think we can do in life, which is why giving your gift, right? It's a way to be of service as an artist, to give your gift, to give your art. And you know how special it is? Do you know how you know that it's important and that it makes a difference? Because your own mind is going to talk you out of it. Your own mind is going to talk you out of it. I got a tummy ache. I don't feel good. I ... Fill in the blanks. Give me any of 1,000 excuses. I've put the challenge up to my class, to my students all the time. Commit to showing up, no matter what, every week for 1 year. And immediately you're like, I can't do that. I can't make that commitment. I have no idea what's going to happen. You know what? Bullshit. Because I've shown up every week for 7 fucking years, or it's more than 7 years now. It was 7 years last May, and we're in August. Getting close to 7.5, right? Well, maybe not half, but what the fuck at this point? I've earned it. Okay. Yes, some holidays have been taken off, but also some holidays have actually had class. I have 1 sick day in those 7+ years, and I've got a couple of vacations in the last couple of years, not the first 5. And I have a few for rehearsals, being called into a play. I've mentioned this before, but of course, some of you have never heard me speak. So that's the beauty of podcasting. We get to repeat ourselves. So all I'm saying is that the subconscious mind is what you're up against. It's you. You're up against you. And that resistance, that excuse, that reason, while it may feel real, while it may feel valid, isn't necessarily true. If you got to be in bed, you got to be in bed. And I get that. That's fine. Only you will know. And when you're honest with yourself and you start showing up no matter what, you're giving your gift. Because when you give your gift, it's not just to the world, it's to your own self, it's to your own heart. So please, give your gift. I love you. Till next time.